did this feel to finally break through and get a win? I know it had been a real rough go.
I mean, it's a win. It can be ugly and everything, but it's still good to have that win. So, like the coach said before, today's the start of us growing to be a contender.
What can you say about your new role coming in with the second unit this time? How do you kind of work with them? How do your skills complement theirs? What was it like working with them today?
I mean, it's not the first time I played with them because everybody subs in and everything. So, same thing. We're just trying to bring our best basketball.
Emma, sometimes plus minus can be pretty deceiving. Today, Brianna Stewart had a -10, but just what was the impact that she had in the first game back?
Yeah, you feel the difference of the rhythm. So she's bringing that new energy. I think for her, even though the way she had this break is not the way you want it, but I think it's also going to be good to have a rested player coming back in the team. And Stewie is going everywhere, running everywhere, so that's kind of what we need right now.
How important was it just to make sure you guys would get to the rim? Had a lot more free throws today, just getting to the basket on those drives.
The more you get to the rim, the more fouls you hope to get. And today that was kind of the case.
Emma, you guys started the game really strong, and then it started to slip in the second quarter, and then third quarter again is very much back and forth, and even in the fourth, back and forth again. I mean, what do you think needs to change to be able to when you set that tone in the first quarter to be able to sustain it for the full 40?
I mean, we know that we want it that way. Basketball game is 40 minutes. There's going to be some momentum changes, but I think we kind of want to break that momentum for them faster and to break our bad momentum also faster. Just having to come together and picking each other up. I don't know what this single solution is, but I think we're working on it.
What did you say to Marine when she got a little chippy and a little fiery in that late in that?
I like seeing it, honestly. That's not the side I see a lot of Marine. I think we're both kind of calm and everything, so I would never expect to see that. I was very surprised. I was like, that's Marine. But just important after that you get yourself back in the game, so that's the only thing I say.
What did that incident do for the team the rest of the game? How did it pump you guys up and inspire you to victory?
Say again?
What did that incident afterwards? How did that fire you up and inspire you to victory?
I mean, it was just a moment where you gather yourself, but I don't know.
That's fine. I appreciate it.
When almost 50 points scored tonight between you, Stu, and John Paul Jones. When you have a team that can plug and play so many front court players, how much does it help the team?
I didn't pay attention. My bad.
So tonight, almost 50 points scored between you, Brianna Stewart, and John Paul Jones. When you have such versatile front court players, how much of a boost is it to the team?
It's a good chemistry already. I remember playing with them in ECAT, and it was the same. Just so much fun in practice. It was almost every time a WNBA game in practice, and then finally we were able to play together again. So I just hope that we can keep building that. We're playing big when we all are all on the court, but I think it's very hard to guard if we play on a good level.
You put the game away really with you and Sabrina in the pick and roll. 2 to 7 points is the lead. What have you noticed about her as a pick and roll partner, dribble handoff partner, just you and her in the two-man actions?
She's very smart how to read the game too. She sees it. I think with the younger generations coming in, it's not always easy to teach the game to everyone, and I don't even know if the vision is always able to be taught. And she has it, So it's very fun to play with her and talk okay, this happened now, maybe next time this is gonna happen, and then we're gonna do this, and then that's always how it's going, So it's fun.
Kind of building off that, when do you think that happened for you? Do you think you were someone who had that vision and understanding, or was there a moment or time in your career when you really developed that vision and understanding of how to play?
I was just listening to my coaches and doing what they were telling me to do, and learning. And just remembering too, I still remember words that they told me when I was a kid, when I was doing stuff for the first time, and they were adapting little things about timing, discipline, and learning from other players throughout my whole career, younger or older. So I think it could be very easy. It doesn't have to be hard all the time.
Emma, that big lineup got a little bit of time tonight with you, Stewie, and JJ. Will it help having some practices this week to sort of get that, you guys know where you need to
I
be
hope so.
that way?
I hope so. You know, the more time you spend together on the court, the more you get to know each other, you know, and build some automatic stuff and some rhythm and still learning the habits and everything. Even though we play together, but it's a different coach, it's a different teammates around. So, you know, the more time, the more minutes we can have on the court, the better.
Does it help that all three of you can play basically 3, 4, 5? Like anyone can step out, shoot threes, anyone can be in the post, anyone can be sure anywhere.
Even
Is that
before
true?
Stewie came back, I feel like it was not you the 5, you the 4, you the 3. So it's just moving all around. So I don't think that's the biggest change. It's just in terms of like height and rhythm, speed, that it's different.
Emma, we've talked a lot about rebounding and just sort of how that's something that everyone needs to get better at. I guess, how did you see that progressing tonight, and how still do you think this group needs to get better at it?
Also, again, momentums, you know, where you see the focus and like people boxing out and the small ones getting in and they're getting the rebounds. Because, you know, when you have very dominant players on the other side, like, you almost don't really care about the ball. I mean, that sounds wrong, but you just look at that player and then you have to trust your teammates coming to get it. And then it helps our game in offense too, you know, because the right person has the ball already. It's just bringing it up with speed. So we've done that tonight for stretches. Not 40 minutes yet, but I like the progressions because there was games where we didn't do it at all.
Kennedy, in your own words, could you please take us through that final defensive possession, that stop with Sab at the end of the game?
All I knew was that I just had to run my butt back on defense because Lacan was, she was coming fast. So I was like, okay, like try to get a stop. And I was lucky to pull it off. Even though I had no contact with her, it just went off her leg, and it was just pure luck, I guess.
Kennedy, you've played against Lacan in France. Just how has it been to see her progression and see her make an impact in W?
Oh yeah, she's a tough cookie. I mean, she's still young. She has a lot of room to grow because, I mean, even being in this league now, she shows that like she belongs here, you know. And I know like throughout the years to come, she's gonna be a great player. But yeah, I love to see her just do what she does well, you know, and that's like attacking the basket and shooting a 3-ball really well. But yeah, I'm excited for her future.
KB, you all sort of squeaked by this team. I guess just my question is, what is the next step for you all so that, you know, when you're in a situation that, you know, it doesn't have to come down to the wire?
I think the biggest thing, I mean, we've preached about it all the time, is rebounding. That's going to be the biggest thing. It's just those 50-50 balls, those small little plays, you know. Just have to be better in that category because there are going to be better teams that are ready to like go for those loose balls and get those rebounds. So we just have to be better and be mindful of that.
You talked about you guys playing on a string. How would you evaluate your performance today? Do you feel like you achieved that
Individually or collectively?
collectively?
I feel like we still have room to grow in that. Yeah, we just have to be better. Like you said, moving on defense, like moving off each other and being in the help side, you know. But also like having pride on one-on-one defense as well. I feel like today we did a little bit better with fouls, but we still have to improve in that. And then, like I said, just be better in the help side defense.
And were there areas that you did like that you saw like from you kind of got some bodies back tonight? So were there areas that you did like for things that you guys did?
Yeah, I feel like offensively when we have that big lineup, it's kind of hard to guard because you don't know like who's gonna shoot the next shot. So we have to exploit that more, you know, knowing that Stewie's back, but we still we're missing some more people as well. But I feel like we did a good job with just getting this gritty win.
The stat keepers gave Sabrina the block, so does she owe you dinner or something now?
I'll let her take it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think dinner. Maybe like a bag of hot fries or something, or like some ice cream, cause yeah.
26 assists on 29 made baskets. You guys shoot 50% from the floor. How do you feel like your offensive execution was tonight as a team, just in terms of that continuity?
Yeah, I feel like towards the end our offensive execution was really good. But we just have to be better with like making sure that's for the full 40 minutes. You know, we can't kind of like sparse it out. You know, so yeah, we gotta do better for the execution for 40 minutes. You know.
KB, where did you feel Stewie's impact the most tonight?
When?
I guess, what about her play made you say, yes, Stewie is back?
I mean,
the team could feel it.
I mean, when she took that tough take to the basket, she got fouled. You know, just her being aggressive all the time. Like I was so happy. You know, earlier in shoot around today, I was like, "Welcome back," and she was just so happy that I said that. But yeah, every time she steps on the court, every time she's like with us, I mean, she makes an impact offensively, defensively. So I would say her first attack to the basket was that, like, "I'm glad you're back, Stewie."
Okay. A few more. Kennedy, how did the Marie Johannes incident at the end of the third quarter kind of flip the script of this game and inspire you guys to victory?
I have no idea what happened because I wasn't facing that way, but I knew that I wanted to get to her because Marine, she just minds her business, you know. So I just want to make sure she's good because, hey, if you mess with one of us, he messed with all of us, you know. So I was just making sure that she was okay, but she was fine. And then I feel like we did a good job just moving on from that and just keep playing basketball.
Finishing, Brian. Just wanted to speak to you real quick. How you doing?
I'm good. Good to see you.
Great to see you. Last few games, you made a concerted effort to make it to the basket. Today, it looks like you got your 3-ball back and, really had it going. How do you feel, just physically, and what do you speak about your game tonight?
No, I feel really good. Thank you for asking, and thank you for saying that comment. But, yeah, no, I feel really good. I feel like I'm 100% healthy, so I'm able to attack the basket. But if I'm not doing well in that category, I could shoot the 3-ball really well. And I feel like with being aggressive to the basket and then shooting was really good today.
And you got the start, obviously, but I also want to highlight your defensive effort.
Thank
That's
you.
something that's not highlighted very much. So to speak about what you're seeing on that end, how much, how much you feel like you're helping this team out.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I know I'm really hard on myself when it comes to me not performing well offensively. So I know when I do have those games when that happens, I know I have to rely on my defense more because that's what my teammates want from me and the coaching staff as well. So just knowing that if I'm not making shots from the offensive end, get a stop, dive for loose balls, just doing little things on defense, So.
Sabrina, in your own words, could you please take us through that final defensive possession with you and Kennedy?
Yeah, I mean, it happened quick. So doing what I can to just try and kind of get a hand on the ball and disrupt a wide open layup. And glad she kind of came in from the other side as well, and we were both able to kind of deflect it at the same time and just make it really difficult for her to get a shot up, and did it without fouling, which I think was huge for us.
Sabrina, first of all, just wanted to see how you were feeling, obviously with the foot thing, but...
Yeah, a lot better.
That's good. A
lot better. Obviously just had to be really smart and careful with, someone kind of falling on the same side that I've had 2 surgeries on that ankle. And so just having to be, super careful, making sure that, taking the right steps in returning to play and, knowing there's been a lot of trauma to that area and not wanting to push through it and just be smart. And so glad I was able to get kind of the treatment that I needed to feel good and kind of be a pro. Normally, I think I've played through a lot of injuries in my career and some pretty serious ones, and this was one of those that I just wanted to make sure is not going to set me up for failure in the future. And one, missed game now leads me to being able to feel really good, going forward, especially at this kind of crucial point in the year.
Sabrina, 26 assists today. The ball was pumping.
happen, especially on those backdoor cuts, the pick and rolls. Just what's the difference when the ball is moving like that, especially in all those actions?
Yeah, I mean, Stewie obviously helps that really well because of just her versatility, but also I'd say like everyone just kind of understanding like Connecticut's, super aggressive in passing lanes, and I think our ability to being able to cut and move without the ball just opens up our whole offense. And I'd say we probably passed up some opportunities where we could have shot and just made like extra passes, and I think it just kind of goes to the willingness of this team to continue to pass the ball, knowing that's a huge strength of ours. And obviously it leads with me as well, just being in that point guard position, always wanting to find my teammates.
Sabrina, I want to ask you in terms of not only that last flip, because you had a few moments where you got back on defense when they had maybe a layup there, you got 2 stops like in the first half. Let's talk about your all-around defensive effort and those key plays that you made the team there.
Yeah, just wanting to try and disrupt anything easy, especially in rotations, knowing I can try and get some steals and some deflections. Coaches always talk about trying to get deflections and just not giving up anything easy. And I think sometimes that's where I'm great, is being able to get in passing lanes and kind of use my vision that I have on the offensive end, on the defensive as well, and trying to get steals and kind of anticipate where the ball's going to go. And so thankfully I was able to get some easy ones early.
Maddie. Sabrina, you, JJ, and Stewie have only completed, this is your 10th game that you guys have completed together. Congratulations on that. But you guys are 10-0 in those games. I mean, does that kind of give you, I guess, like a sense of optimism that, when we are all together, like we do have what we need to get the job done at the end of the day?
Yeah, because I don't think like we really realized that. And then, someone was talking about it, and it was like, wait, that's crazy. Like, we have not played together this year, all in full. And it was, JJ going out at first and then leaving me, and then Stewie leaving me. So it's just been tough, for this group. And I think it's kind of one of those opportunities where we know when we're at full strength, we're a really tough team to beat. And, it's like, what a great story this is to tell, hopefully. And whatever happens at the end of it, but it's just like the opportunity to now come all together with kind of like our backs against the wall and, rally and continue to find ways to try and win, build chemistry on the fly, like this lineup we haven't had. And Emma's now figuring out her role with Stewie back. And so just one of those, things that obviously is unfortunate, but always a part of sports, and why you cherish when you're able to all be together and win a championship so much, because you never know what happens.
A few more. You mentioned, you just said earlier that this is a crucial point in the season. Can you talk about your mindset to close out the season successfully and any potential team goals?
I mean, it's always just like one game at a time, because I think when you kind of look at it at this point in the year, like, I feel like tomorrow the season's over. Like, it's just coming that quick. Like, all these games after this road trip, we only have a few more games left, and then playoffs start and anything can happen. And I think you just kind of have to focus on one thing at a time, and that's just closing out one game, and then you finish the regular season off. And playoffs is a whole new season. It doesn't matter, what your record was in the regular season, how good you were, how bad you were. It's like a fresh start. And I think, honestly, it's probably what this group needs with just all the adversity that we've faced this year, is just kind of feeling like, all right, this is now behind us, and there's this opportunity to go out and do something that is probably really hard to do with the year that we've had. And I think everyone's really excited for that challenge. And, obviously there's no one else we'd kind of rather do it with than the ones that are here in this locker room.
Sabrina, first, thanks for the assist earlier.
You're welcome.
Second, you and Kennedy Burke's careers have been intertwined for a while now. You're playing Team USA at youth level, West Coast College, and now won a championship together. When you're around someone for that long, how helpful is that for just building teammate chemistry and just knowing tendencies on the floor and whatnot?
Yeah, it's huge. And, to be able to see her growth this year is, nothing short of amazing. The role that she had last year, and being able to see how she's just grown year after year, and how she's just continued to help us in so many different ways. And I've known her for such a long time, from when we were young, and then playing against her when she was at UCLA, and obviously super happy to be kind of like on the same side now and continuing to build our chemistry on and off the court.
Sabrina, there was a stretch in the third quarter where first you find John Quell for an assist, and then Stewie cutting, and then John Quell finds you on a backdoor cut. Just how contagious is it once you start to find those openings? Because then you guys went on a run of 8 or 9 straight assists.
Yeah, it's fun because it's like you're kind of, playing chess out there and trying to figure out what they're taking away. And, for us, I think it's like remembering what it feels like to play with, especially us three, like being able to use our gravity and, knowing they chase me so hard, JJ might have something. They're so worried about my pick and roll, then Stewie cuts. Like, it's almost kind of relearning, those kind of tendencies because we haven't had it in a really long time. And so it's really fun when we're able to play like that because obviously us three have great chemistry and then everyone around us is continuing to build as well.
You've played with like 12 different starting lineups this season, like you in particular. I guess, what is that lack of continuity? Just how does that add a challenging layer to this season?
Yeah, I mean, it's a challenge, like no matter how you look at it. But I think, the fact that we really value connections and making sure that everyone understands what their role is and how they fit into this team has really helped kind of overcome some of that. Like everyone knows how much they're valued, what they need to do in order for us to win. And, I think that's kind of helped in more ways than just, showing up and there's a lineup that you haven't seen. There's no way around it, though. I mean, it's difficult. Players are coming in and out, and you're just trying to figure out styles of play and what things look like. But at the end of the day, like, no one cares. Like, there's no excuse. You just have to figure out a way to get wins.
Sabrina, what, I guess, stood out to you the most about Stewie being back? What was the thing that you felt on the court where you were like, oh, yeah, she's back?
I mean, I think just her leadership. Obviously when she goes out, everyone knows what she brings to the team in order for us to win defensively, offensively. Especially for me, it's like teams can't just go double and just take the ball out of my hands. It's like now you have Stewie who can be the one, and that also has given us, great success when she brings the ball up the floor and I'm a screener and like we kind of invert positions and it's fun. It's like you're kind of playing chess out there and figuring it out. And so her leadership is something that, we've missed with her on the bench. And I think that kind of seeps into other people. It's like continuing to stay positive and figure out ways to try and win. And obviously alongside everything she does on the basketball court in terms of like getting to the basket, screening, rebounding, I mean, you name it, she can do everything.
Sav, you played a little bit with that big lineup of Emma, JJ, and Stewie. It's the first time it's been together, obviously, but how much will having some practice and get that group, because the versatility between the three of them and the size, I mean, I got to think that makes your life a little easier as a guard.
Yeah, I mean, that's something we were really excited about, obviously, when Emma joined us, is like being able to play big and knowing, how effective that can be on both sides of the ball. And so, I think we're excited. That was the first time we've had it. And so for us, I think it's going to be continuing to find ways where we can score in different ways and different varieties with Emma inside, with Emma outside, Stewie inside, outside, JJ inside, outside. Leo's ability to post up, like there's just so much versatility, and I think that makes us really hard to guard. And for me as a point guard, like that's exciting because I'm able to just kind of get out there and read and do whatever it is that I need to do.